It's New York's number one hit music station, Z100 and iHeartRadio, with my guest at this time, the architect of aggravation, the prince of pissing people off, and quite honestly, he's allegedly better than you, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, on the last day of Hanukkah. Hello, sir.
I liked everything you said until alleged. But no, I agree with everything you said until alleged. I am better than you, and you know it. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and you can see me live at the UBS Arena this Wednesday. Tickets are available now.
Let's talk about that, because this, quite honestly, is your first big-time homecoming on this type of scale, UBS Arena. What's that feeling like, knowing that you're finally coming into a city that loves you and adores you?
God, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. I've never been this excited about being in front of a crowd in my life. Normally, I'm excited at the prospect of a matchup, but I'm wildly excited at the prospect of being able to wrestle, of being able to talk, walk, and feel this crowd. Because for the first time in my life, I'm going to be in front of a crowd that gets me and that I get back. And I'm very, very much so looking forward to it.
Now, the last time you and I spoke, we talked going into Grand Slam, and you were very opinionated on Queens. Now, Queens and Nassau County, obviously,
horrible place. Yeah.
But where does that come from? Where once I cross this line and I get into Queens, it's terrible, but Nassau is just the greatest place on planet Earth.
But because that's where the poor starts, in Queens.
Got it.
I'm just being honest. And you can't fault me for being honest, right? I mean, geez.
We want honesty in 2021, which is why I think a lot of us, a lot of wrestling fans, loved what we saw Thanksgiving Eve night. 18 minutes, you and CM Punk going at it.
Over 1 million people saw it.
Exactly. And by the way, that's not a legend. That's a fact. You can see that.
Yep.
The numbers are there. What do you feel like you have to prove against someone like CM Punk?
Oh, well, I already did. But to be honest, nothing. Here's the deal. CM Punk was the best mic man of his generation. I think it's more than fair to say I'm the best mic man of mine. And people were fantasy, booking, if you will, me and CM Punk face to face on microphones. And I'd like to say a nice way of putting it is we delivered on people's loftiest expectations. But more importantly, I delivered, and I verbally assassinated him. I personally believe if there was ever, if we ever were to able to take exactly what occurred and transport that moment in any other town, CM Punk would have been in the corner crying. I think the only reason it went well for him is because he was in front of a bunch of distorted, disgusting mid people from the Midwest in Chicago. But what we did is we gave the people something special. And again, more importantly, I handed him his ass verbally, and it was a great moment.
Now, you mentioned that because it was in Chicago, it wasn't a full-blown knockout, essentially. He wasn't in the corner. So I would say
TKO.
There you go. But he's still on his feet.
Yeah.
Do you still have rounds in that verbal chamber to fire off over the next couple days leading into the big show at the UBS Arena this Wednesday night, Dynamite at the brand new UBS Arena? Do you have enough rounds in the chamber for him?
What a ridiculous question. Listen, man, I don't know if you watched the programming this week, but I riled him up so bad that he tried to get at me. Physically tried to get his hands on me. All because I was talking about his mangy mutt dog, Larry. Look, I could say anything. I could pull shit out of my ass for all I care. And it'll be verbally toxic. It will be verbally cancerous. That's what I do. I am easily, without a shadow of a doubt, the most dangerous, most volatile man on the stick that this sport has ever seen. So yes, I don't just have a little bit more in the chamber. I got more rounds of bullets than I need for CM Punk.
Punk's going to be around for a little bit. We know that. That's kind of to be expected. And
yeah, it's unfortunate.
As we said before, UBS Arena, that's MJF town. That's MJF territory. That's, as you said, bigger than Piper in Portland and Brett in Canada. What do you expect the fans to react towards Punk? Or how?
I think he's going to get booed out of the arena. I honestly think CM Punk is going to get booed out of the arena. He's not going to know what to do with himself. And when my music hits, the people of Strong Island are going to scream my name at the top of their lungs, and I can't wait.
You're chasing your third Dynamite Diamond Ring, and that Battle Royal is happening this Wednesday, I believe, on Dynamite.
Yes.
You're part of that. Is the rest of the Pinnacle part of that match? What are we going to see strategy-wise from the Pinnacle?
Oh,
in that
I
match?
have a lot of tricks up my sleeve, but I can't answer that, bud. What are you, nuts?
Fair.
What are you, nuts?
But are we going to see other members of the Pinnacle aside from Wardlow in that match?
My answer is potentially. That is the answer you get.
Back to the Pinnacle. I know you're a fan of wrestling. You're a fan of keeping up with who's trying to catch up to you since you're at such a high level. A lot of releases in the WWE lately. Is there anyone that you look at and you're like, you know what? That's a person I could mold into being great if they joined the Pinnacle.
No, we're cool, man. The only person I would even consider adding to the Pinnacle is Britt Baker, and that's it. She's the only person that, in my opinion, would fit the crew. But, you know, me and Britt, we go way back. We're great friends. But no, we don't need anybody else. Pinnacle set. We have the best tag team in the world. We have Wardlow, who is easily the best big man in the world. We have Shawn Spears, who is easily one of the best technical wrestlers in the world. And we have MJF, who's the best at everything in the world, point blank, period. We don't need anybody's help. We're good.
When you win your
Bingo.
third Dynamite Diamond Ring, are you going to set up a three-finger ring gimmick? Because that was big in the 80s in the hip-hop scene. And I know you're not the biggest hip-hop fan, but I think a three-finger ring would look kind of dope.
Rap is crap. Here's the deal. The Dynamite Diamond Ring, the ring doesn't make the man makes the ring. And I have single-handedly made the Dynamite Diamond Ring into something that nobody thought it would be. You know, when initially the Dynamite Diamond Dozen match was announced, people were like, okay, what does this ring win you? Right? That was everybody's question. Okay, you win this ring, now what? Right? Nobody understood the importance of this ring. Now people do, because I made the ring important. And there may never come a day that anybody takes this ring off of me. I may have a streak that would make The Undertaker blush. That would make Bruno Sammartino blush. This ring is important, and the ring's important because of me, and I look forward to winning it a third time.
So if you win it a third time, between winning that big high-profile match and then also your overall record, I mean, that would put you in line to be a top 2 contender for the AEW Heavyweight Champion. What are your thoughts on Hangman Page representing All Elite Wrestling right now as the face of the company?
Look, here's the facts. That is the most important title in the sport today. It's not even close. Everyone who's held that title has also held the distinction of being the best in our business. I think that, whether I care to admit it or not, right now, at this moment, unequivocally, that makes Hangman Adam Page the best wrestler in the world. But here's the problem. I've already beaten him. And I know I could beat him again, especially with something on the line as important as that world title, as important as Pretty Platinum. There is nothing in this world that I want more than that strap around my waist. How does it make me feel that he has it? It gives me the biggest smile on my face because I've beaten him once, and that means I can do it again.
As we kind of wrap up 2021, which was arguably the biggest year of your career, which was interesting because 2020 was the biggest up until 2021. What are your goals?
Every year's my year.
So then what are we going to see from MJF in 2022 then?
You're going to see me become the world champion, or I'm going to die trying. That is my response.
And you might just have the distinction of youngest world champion like ever at that point, I believe.
So
or close to it, at least.
I would believe, to my knowledge, the youngest world champion ever, unless it's changed, was it Randy Orton?
Well, it was, and then I feel like somebody recently broke that, unless maybe I'm thinking of the longest reign, but it might be Orton.
I have no idea, but here's the facts. I would, by a country mile, be the youngest AEW champion in the world. And there's a reason our promotion is called All Elite Wrestling. We only take in and house the most elite professional athletes. We only showcase the most elite professional wrestlers. And the fact that at 25 years old, I could potentially be a world champion amongst guys like Adam Cole, guys like Bryan Danielson, guys like CM Punk, as much as I hate to admit it, guys like Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega. The list goes on and on. We're scary stacked. But you know what's badass about that? We're scary stacked, and I'm still the most talked about son of a bitch on the whole entire roster. So what does that tell you?
It tells me that you seem to be doing something right, my friend.
Bingo.
So before we let you go, I have an interview later today with Eddie Kingston, and I want to create a little bit of...
Oh, shit.
I know this is going to come as a shock to you, but I can kind of relate a little more to Eddie than I could to you. But
oh, no, yeah, I'm floored right now by that. Go on.
I know, shocker. I want to create this crossover segment where my previous guest asks my next guest any question they want. Now, you happen to know that it's going to be Eddie. Do you have any?
I got a question for Eddie. When are you going to hit a gym? That's my question.
Fair. Although, we know that it's actually not necessarily made in the gym, but what you eat, because I'm dealing with that issue right now. I go to the gym often, and I'm still built like Jim Carrey's Grinch, all right? So it's not.
You will not find one fat person in the Long Island audience. I can promise you that. Everybody in that Long Island audience is going to be svelte, and they're going to be rocking the burb. That's all you're going to see.
And that is this Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite, brand new UBS Arena. You got to essentially christen it. I mean, not much has happened in that building at all. So you got to christen it. You should be excited.
Yeah, I'm going to make love to that building. I'm going to make that building my bitch. It's going to be known from here on out. UBS Arena will be known as the house that MJF built. And I can promise you that.